Hey everyone, I'm Tiffany, and on this channel I talk about systems and strategies for creators. If you watched a recent video I did about Influencersoft and why I chose it, you'll know I've been busy in this all-in-one platform creating a host for website and landing pages and funnel marketing campaigns, all the stuff. There's so much stuff going on right now. So in this video I want to show you what's going on inside the Influencersoft web builder. Right now when they're in version 1.0, sometimes their instructions can be a little tricky to find. Like the ability to do the stuff is there. Sometimes it's just hard to find out how to do the stuff, especially if you're not totally tech savvy like me. So I've figured out some shortcuts and some things that I had to write to support about that were actually just right there staring me in the face and I didn't realize it. So this video is just all about pointing those things out. Here we are in my account at Influencersoft, and let's click websites so I can give you some tips about how to use the web builder. You can see I just have one website here right now, and when you click on that, then you've got the different pages here. But you know what? First, let's try to add a new page so you can see the options they have for templates. I will be the first to say it. They are clunky. I'll click on one here that's kinda semi-decent. Not the worst thing in the world. Nice color scheme. A little bit of parallax action happening there. If you wanted to make a page, you would click create a page, but I'm just going to get out of here and go back to show you what I'm working on. Looks like even though I didn't click create a page, they created a link already to this draft page, and this is where I would name the page if I had something else in mind, but I'm just going to cancel that. It still showed up here, but I can delete it right here. I do want to delete that item. Let me show you a page that's live right now, and I am still kind of putting some finishing touches on it. You go into edit when you want to make changes. I started with a template, and of course I made lots of additions on my own. Holy guacamole, what's going on here? Okay, right now this page is a mess. I've been working on it, and what I should have done was double it. Because you have the option to double sections, you just go right over here and hit the plus sign, but I didn't do that and I got distracted with something else. So you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to turn this off completely. One of the cool things about this web builder is you have the ability to turn a section on for your computer, for tablet or mobile, or completely turn them off when they're in black. Up here, you might notice I have two sections that look very similar. It worked great on computer and mobile, but it was looking a little bit weird, the spacing on my tablet. I doubled this section here by adding the plus, and then I did a couple of different things just with spacing so it looked a bit more normal on the tablet. Kind of gets confusing when you look at the whole thing at once, but I think it's a really cool option to have to make things fit if they don't automatically resize for your different devices. But back to this section, I have now turned it off, and I am going to click Save Page. Takes a while for things to work. You know, even on the Tech Help Live videos, I've seen that it takes a little while. Let's go over here and see. This page used to be on. I have a different browser open here. This is what this page looks like, but let's just refresh this and see if it's successfully turned off. And it's gone. You know, while I'm here, I want to point out that when you upload images to the web builder. At this point in version 1.0, you need to have all your cropping done in advance because there does not appear to be a cropping tool in there yet. They have a resizing tool. You know what I'll do is I'll just double this so you can see what it's like to double a section, and then I'll play around in this section that I will turn off. I'll just save as I go. This picture's kind of hitchy the way it showed up here. You can actually drag a very thin line there, which also affects the whole width of this entire area, but that is your only option for resizing, as far as I can tell. I mean, I can edit this picture, and what happens is you can either choose from their library. That's their library. Don't get confused. This is not your library. If you want to choose an image from your desktop, say, you click on image. You can open it in a pop-up. You can have it opening a link. That's cool, but in terms of the design options, this is a little high-tech for me. Maybe some things happening there. The curve, I understand this. So now you'll notice the picture became square, but I still don't like what's going on with the whole entire thing with the picture. Anyhow, I am in touch with support a lot, and I've asked them, when do prettier themes come out? Because it's such a great option right now to get in with the Founders deal. I have a link for that below. If you're not with Influencersoft and you're thinking about it, it's $1,000 for life. So that's worth it for me to have to do some work to get things looking pretty myself. Of course, though, I'd love prettier themes to be in there for website templates and for email templates, and I've asked support, when's it coming? And they tell me that's a top priority and that will be coming soon. But in the meantime, I've learned some things that you might be interested in. When you first build your first website in here and you go to font family, they have only loaded these 4 fonts, which are fairly uninspiring if you're trying to create your own version of Funnels Gorgeous, right? You can actually load in a ton of fonts yourself. It's kind of time consuming. You go to settings, not the individual settings for your section, because the way they work in here, it's section by section, which is cool, and more on that in a minute. But to get to fonts, you go to click section for your overall website. And here in website settings, you've got all kinds of options, and one of them is fonts. They have a huge list of free Google fonts. You can search by particular font. Let's search for Handley. Yeah, they have it. But then I found this to be a little hitchy in that nothing really comes up after that. The easiest way to search for fonts to see if they have them already loaded is to just click the whole list. Things could be way better. This is where you can tell, yep, you're in version 1.0. So here's your full list. You can go down, and they go down alphabetically. Then they stop at Yeshiva 1, however you say that, and then the alphabetical order starts again. So first of all, I ended up Googling top hipster free Google fonts for 2021 to get some articles that I could refer to. This one was actually good. So this is an article by Crazy Leaf Design. This one is nice because it just shows them for you. And I was able to see, oh yeah, you know, for me having a choice of some handwriting fonts, Cookie looks like a good one, Stalemate. Then I cross-checked to see if Cookie was indeed a free font offered by Google. So then I'm in the list to see if it's in the first list, and it's not. So I'm whipping by to check the second list of alphabetical order. Let's get down to the C's here. And Cookie, 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 Cookie. There it is. Yeah. Painful. So, but they have it. That's kind of, and they give you an example only after you click on it, not really beside it. Those are mine. Don't get distracted by those. So then I can add the font to my list. I've already added it. Maybe that means I'm going to add it twice. I noticed that a lot of these have been added twice, so I'm not sure what that means for my settings over here. This is one that I added. They're all showing up twice, so I've got to go back in and X them out. I think I was saving stuff and not sure if it was actually being saved. Just a simple thing that we all take for granted in other web builders, and it's just not at that super ease of use place. But the things work well, they work fast. This is a global header I have up here. I haven't turned it on because this is a very product-specific landing page, And I don't want people coming here to get distracted by, you know, the other links I have up there, or even my logo. I don't really care at this point. So I'm going to turn that off for this page, but it is universal. You know that it is because the buttons are yellow. That means it shows up across all your pages. Let's go back down to this section I had here for messing around so I can show you some things. This is an indent. You know, other web builders, they call it a spacer. They call it an indent here, and this is your best friend when it comes to moving things around your page. You don't need to remember padding numbers or figure that kind of stuff out, which I think is really cool. When you are in a certain section, then you can add an element. This kind of reminds me of Elementor and other web builders, but you can see, yep, this is a spacer. That's what we were just using. Oh, I need a text box. You just drag and drop it. Showed up over here, but if I want to move it, and this took me a while to figure out because I didn't realize it was turning into a little hand here, I can move it. It's going to snap into place either above, below, or to the side of your other blocks. You got to pay attention to that blue line. Here it looks weird, it's vertical. Let's move it again. And then it's kind of your classic. You've got usual text options. You can make it any color you want. I could make it a heading. The other thing that's cool is you can also add a whole new section. You have to be in a section to do it. You click on Add Element, and then instead of widgets, you go to sections. In here, they've actually got parts of the templates from their amazing domain theme template display. So let's just grab one and drag it over. And there we go. Not the most inspiring thing in the world, but pretty cool to have these options. And it's really easy to give your website your own kind of flair. Now, heads up, if you're hoping that their image library is amazing, they have some work to do. So here we are, we're checking out their buttons. I would say go to Canva. Even the free version of canva.com has so many images that you can use. That's what I'm doing over here, and that's why this is a mess. These little things are not working for the story I'm trying to tell here. I'm in the middle of uploading some images from Canva to replace these ones because these aren't working for me. Let's get rid of this section, move it to the trash. Oh, just to show you this before I move it to the trash, it's really easy for me to move the entire section to a different spot. It's just got to grab on to a blue line. I could have it on only on the computer and not on my tablet or phone. In the settings, that's where you're going to find your options for fill color. Change that. Right now it has no line, but I could give it a line. And we can show you the line by making it black. There are tons of options in here for you to personalize your website the way you like. So that's why I am, happy to stick with Influencersoft until their version 2.0 comes out and the pretty templates and all the things that are going to make it easier. It works for what you want to do. I uploaded my own picture here. I put it in the place I wanted it to be because of the spacer, the indent here. Buttons, you can choose any color, how you're going to align them, small, medium, or large. Oh, and I'll show you this form here right now that I don't even have live on the page, but I want to show you what it's like to go in and edit a form. In the form designer, this is where you have all kinds of different options. I have the item turned on right now. When I turn it off, that little green price goes away. See that? On, off. That's a good way if you're doing a test, for example, because when you do test runs of purchasing your product right now, you can't do it for free, but you can do it for a minimum price of $1. And it's just as well because then you see on your own credit card statement of how Stripe is going to show up on your bill. And then ultimately $1, you probably end up getting charged 30 cents. Here, I didn't even want to add anything like a last name, but if I did, then it would populate in there. And then that button goes to a purchase page. I think it's probably supposed to be inside. I couldn't quite figure that out, so I made it an outside link. to be safe, a thank you page, which I built over in the funnel builder. So just to be clear here, some of the web pages, the landing pages, are actually built within your funnel, not on the actual web page. And it kind of makes sense. Okay, this I gotta point out. You have an unsaved version of the funnel. Open unsaved version, great, okay, thank you for saving it. You know why I forget to save sometimes? Because this is the save button. It was saved. This old floppy disk from the 90s means nothing to me. I can't get it into my brain that that's the save button, but that's what you need to click. I built the payment page for my product right in the funnel. I didn't do this in the website builder. Anyhow, this is kind of starting up a whole conversation about funnels. We'll do that in another video. Just wanted to give you an overview of what it's like to build a website right now in Influencersoft while they're still in version 1.0. Oh, let's throw this out while I'm here and give you some tips on some things that, if you're like me, you might not instantly see how to do something. Overall, I think it's a great web builder. It does everything that you are going to need. Oh yeah, and I should mention, because it's a big deal, it's a lifetime deal that they have going on at Influencersoft.com. It's not up on their website anymore. You can only get to it through a referral link. I have a link below, but I'm not sure how much longer they're keeping this up. Right now, when I'm making this video, you can buy a one-time lifetime price for Influencersoft services for $997. And that means no recurring monthly fees ever. Once you buy it, you're in for life, and all the updates and all the new versions. So let me know what platform you're using, or if you're thinking about shopping for one, or if you're in Influencersoft and you got some tips or questions about how things are going inside there. I would love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.